Ang total disbursement, Mr. Chair, 708 million lang. Out of 26.8 billion. Ang ibig sabihin po, ang percentage disbursement is a meager 9.52%. You are in the red, Mr. Secretary. So, talagang ang pattern po, Mr. Chair, nandun po yung pondo pero ayaw po nilang gastahin.
For example, sa MAIP po, ang 2023 funds, 55% disbursed na
Di ba, maya na po yung 2023, Mr. Secretary, and still dealing. Paano po mangyayari na ang isang patient, for example, nasa public, bibigyan nyo ng, iaasan nyo 500 pesos, kasama na yung medicine, laboratory fees, and professional fee. Talaga bang 2026 raise po ito?
May 500. Yung capitation is for everybody.
Yung bang 500 is really realistic? Sino ba ang nagkuwenta nun?
Finance management po ng actuarials ng PhilHealth po ang nagkwenta nun.
Sa buong Pilipinas, kung di po ako nagkakamali, there are about 45,000 living lawyers today. Yung actuarian po, siguro mga 700 lang po sila. Ganoon lang po sila talaga kakonti. Po bang actuarian ninyo talagang actuarian ito? Kasama po siya sa society ng mga actuarian o baka po pinakwenta nyo lang sa Divisoria siguro ito eh. Sa inyo pong mga sagot sa mga unang katanungan ng ating mga kasama rito sa komisyon, parang lumilitaw po ay napakaganda ang pinatutunguhan po ng ating health system sa ngayon. Pero marami po akong obserbasyon na taliwas po dun sa mga ganong pangyayari sapagkat dito lamang po sa 2022 year-end accomplishment ninyo na ipinadala sa House of Representatives kamakailan na aming sinuri, talagang hindi namin makita yung total picture dito eh. Halimbawa po, meron kayong sinasabi na HPEP projects na nakumpleto ng 2022, 2,372 projects. Ano po bang ibig sabihin nun? Do we get the total picture of that? Halimbawa, 2,372 HPEP projects. Yun na po ba ang kaganapan ng inaasahan ng mga tao? Pero kung titingnan po natin o iahambing natin do sa financial and physical performance na sinabit po ninyo sa DBM, malayong-malayo po eh. Para makita po natin ang total picture, Mr. Chair. Yung total allotment po sa HPEP, 26.8 billion pesos. Tama po, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, Your Honor. Tama po.
Ang percent obligation po ninyo, percentage obligation is only 27.75%. Ang total disbursement, Mr. Chair, 708 million lang. Out of 26.8 billion, ang ibig sabihin po, ang percentage disbursement is a meager 9.52%. You are in the red, Mr. Secretary. This is not the kind of accomplishment that people are expecting out of the DOH. Ngayon, kanina po, binabanggit ang mga MAIP. Meron na po kayong pera. Bakit po yung inyong disbursement rate is only 9.52%? Ano pong ginagawa ninyo sa 26 billion na naka-budget doon? Do you have any explanation, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. Tama po yan. As of 15
Ano po yung
September,
tama? Ano po yung tama?
12.15% ang disbursement. Pero ang obligation rate po natin yan sa 2023 budget ay 45.8%. Ang rason po dito ay, ito po ay mga construction at ang bayad po dito ay ang disbursement nito is based on progress. So progress billing po ito. So mababayaran yan usually the following year pag natapos na yung pagtayo ng contracted construction company. So yung disbursement makokompleto the following year. Kung titingnan natin yung 2022, ang disbursement niya 60% na. Ibig sabihin nun, may mga construction na halos natapos na, 60% na. So from 12, nakakita natin na natatapos siya. Pag tinignan natin yung 2021, 86% na yung disbursed. Pag tinignan natin yung 2020, 99.7% na yung disbursed. So,
Kailangan natin puntahan yung extent ng 2023, Mr. Secretary. Nandito pa lang po ako sa 2022 na inyo pong ibinigay sa House of Representatives na nire-review namin o ni-review namin. Tingnan po ninyo dito sa health program po ninyo, health promotion campaigns. Nakalagay po doon sa inyong brochure na ibinigay, meron kayong Health Life, meron kayong Consult Tayo, meron kayong sa Booster, Lakas Pinas. Hindi ba nilagay po ninyo sa inyong briefer ito, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero kung titingnan po natin, Mr. Chair, yung total allotment nitong promotional campaign program na ito, 1.92 billion pesos. Ang percent obligation po is 32.58%. Ang total disbursement po, Mr. Chair, 177 million pesos. Napakalayo po. Total allotment, almost 2 billion pesos. Ang disbursement is 177 million or a percent disbursement rate of 27.86%. Napaka-consistent po ninyo, Mr. Secretary. Nandyan po yung pondo, pero hindi nyo ginagasta. Hindi po namin alam kung ano pong ibig sabihin lahat ng ito. Ang sabi po ninyo, dito pa sa isang yardstick ninyo, 2.8 million patients were served by the MAIF. Ito po yung binabanggit ni Majority Leader kanina at saka ng ating chairman, yung medical assistance to indigent patients, MAIF. Parang akala mo ba sa biglang tingin 2.8 million patients. Alam po ba ninyo, Mr. Chair, ang total allotment dito? 32.6 billion pesos. Ang na-obligate lamang po, 36.22%. Ang total disbursement, 5.2 billion. Ang percent disbursement is only 43.5%. So, talagang ang pattern po, Mr. Chair, nandun po yung pondo pero ayaw po nilang gastahin.
Mr.
Ito
Chair,
po, 362 DOH Medicine Access Program. Ito po yung medyo malala, Mr. Chair. Ang total allotment for Cancer Assistance Fund, 500 million pesos. Is this correct, Mr. Chair, Secretary?
yes, Your Honor.
Percent obligation, Mr. Chair, 0. Total disbursement, 0. Percent disbursement, 0. How do you explain that, Mr. Secretary? Sabi nyo kanina, sa tanong ng ating chairman, tutulungan nating lahat ang mga mahihirap na pasyente at gagamitin lahat natin ang mga pondo na inalat sa atin. Naka-record po, kanina lang, yun na po yung sagot ninyo sa pakiusap ng ating chairman ngayon. At totoo naman na dapat gamitin po ninyo, inilatag po lahat ang pondo na yan para sa kapakanan ng mga pasyente, lalong-lalo na po yung mahihirap. 500 million po ang allotment for cancer. 0 ang performance po ninyo. Bakit po?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, siguro paliwanag natin yung mga pinapakitang utilization of the budget, no? For example, sa MAIP po, ang 2023 funds, 55% disbursed na
Di ba, mamaya na po yung 2023, Mr. Secretary, and still dealing with the 2022. Pupuntahan po natin yan. Meron po kayong continuing
Tama po.
appropriation naman eh. Mamaya na po yun. Bakit po? Ang tinatanong, meron kayong 500 million. Wala man kayong ginasta kahit kusing. Bakit po ganon?
Sa MAIP po, ang 2022, 83% disbursed na po. At yan, depende po yan sa mga pasyente na gumagamit nito pagka humingi po. At ang rason kung bakit yung 2023, kasi inuubos natin yung CONAP noong 2022 for this year muna. Kasi mag-i-expire po
Tanong
yun.
namin, ito po yung report po ninyo sa DBM. Hindi ko po gawa-gawa ito. Sa inyo po ito eh. This is your financial performance report submitted to the DBM. Akala niyo ba, Mr. Secretary, inimbento ko ito?
Tama po yan. Tama po yan.
500 million po nakalagay rito. Total allotment 500 million. Percent obligation 0. Total disbursement 0. Percent disbursement 0. Puntahan po natin yung continuing appropriation, yung CONAP po ninyo. Ang total allotment po ninyo as of June 30, 2023, Mr. Chair, ito po, 241.7 billion pesos. Tama po ito, Mr. Secretary.
Tama po yan, sir.
Ang total obligation, 105.3 billion. Tama rin po.
Tama po.
Ang total disbursement po ninyo, 69.5 billion. Tama rin po.
Tama po, Your Honor.
O ito pong unobligated amount ninyo is 136.4 billion. Ibig sabihin po, obligation rate ninyo is 44% at ang inyong disbursement rate is 66%. Ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, talaga pong may pera. Bakit po nakaparada itong 136.47 billion? Akala ko po gagastahin eh. Ito po yung sinasabi nyo kanina. Gagastahin po ninyo ito sa pagtulong sa lahat ng mahihirap nating kababayan, lalong-lalo na po yung talagang walang maibayad sa ospital. Pero nakatenga po ito. 136.47 billion. I heard you, the last time I checked, Mr. Secretary, humihingi ka pa na i-triple mo yung budget eh. Tama ba yung sinabi mo that ito po sa CNN Philippines, June 26, 2023, Herbosa wants to triple DOH budget. It was attributed to you, Mr. Secretary. Tama po ba ito?
I don't think I said that statement, Your Honor.
So, di mali ang CNN Philippines. Ito sinasabi, you were quoted. I like the US that spend 17% of their GDP. Japan and Singapore spend 15%. I still have to triple it. This was quoted by the CNN, Mr. Secretary. You disown this?
Maybe I was misquoted, Your Honor. I'm probably being asked how much it needs to implement the universal healthcare.
Oh, yes, but you were asking to triple the DOH budget.
I'm stating what the budget is required to take care of 113 million Filipinos.
Yes, whatever amount given to you, you're not spending it.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, the 2022 numbers do need to improve po. Kailangan natin talagang ayusin yan. The disbursement rate has been the focus since I was appointed last June 8. For the Cancer Assistance Fund po na sinasabi nyo, the Joint Administrative Order was signed late by DBM. September na po na-signan, kaya zero pa ho yan. And that will follow up with the CAP for 2023. So magkakaroon pa ng agreement yan onwards para in the future, wala na sigurong policy na bago i-release yung Cancer Assistance Fund, meron pang joint administrative order with DBM. Ganon din yung nangyari nung September. Late din po. Sa health promo naman po, nag-aano kami yan, ang health promo funds binibigay namin sa local government units para makatulong sa kanilang health promotion. At it requires signing of memorandum of agreement para ma-download natin dyan. Doon naman sa mga ibang health promotion, sa advertisements po ito. At ang billing nito, depende pag nagawa na yung health promotion or ad, tsaka i-bill po ang Department of Health. So yung disbursement mangyayari after the ads have been released. So marami pong issues din tayo sa MAIP, sa proseso nito, pag-implement with some of the delays na nakikita natin sa kagaya ng pag-sign ng MOA with the different hospitals. And ito ho implemented, all these programs are implemented to our regional offices. So tuloy-tuloy po natin tututukan na magastos ang pondo ng kalusugan na binibigay ng Kongreso.
But your statements and commitments, Mr. Secretary, are negated by the numbers. This is the pattern and is already established by your own reports. This is not our report. What about this another news clipping attributed to you again. 7.4 billion na gamot expired. May expire na. Sabi ng DOH through Secretary Sec.Herbosa, normal lang yan. Did you say that, Mr. Secretary? Ito, you were quoted, we always buy sobra. We want to buy sobra. Even with our national immunization program, bumibili talaga tayo ng sobra because I'd rather have sobra than kulang.
That is correct, Your Honor. Certain medicines have, hindi naman, ang tinatawag dyan is shelf life, no? The shelf life of medicines upon procurement, merong number of years or months. Ang vaccines, mas maigsi ang shelf life compared to other medicines. Now, ang number ng nagkasakit, actually, mas maganda po nag-expire ang medicine. Ibig sabihin nun, wala sigurong nangailangan ng gamot na yon. Ang mahirap po nag-expire siya, pero merong mga nangangailangan ng gamot na yon.
We are talking here of 7.4 billion worth of medicine, Mr. Secretary. Para sabihin mo, normal lang yan, baka hindi tanggapin ng tao yon. Are you familiar with the word EOQ?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
EOQ means economic order quantity. Kasi kung sinasabi mong we always buy sobra, we want to buy sobra, hindi po ganun. Wala na nga tayong pera eh. Pero binigyan ka ng pera, ayaw mo na maggastusin. Dito naman taliwas, sabi mo 7.4 billion worth of medicines, okay lang yan, normal lang yan. Economic order quantity, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Chair, is an inventory management technique that helps make efficient inventory management decision. It refers to the optimal amount of inventory a company, in this case the DOH, should purchase in order to meet its demand while minimizing its holding and storage cost. Wag po kayong magsasabi ng ganon na mga statements na maaaring magpanervyo sa mga mamamayan natin. Are you familiar with the performance-based incentive system, Mr. Secretary? This is PBIS.
Yes, Your Honor.
Dalawa po kasi ang ano nito, ang context nito, isang performance-based bonus, at saka yung productivity enhancement incentive, PEI. You're familiar with this? Tama po?
Not very well, Your Honor.
Executive Order number 80 states that the Interagency Task Force under Administrative Order number 25 will set the good governance conditions for performance-based bonus on an annual basis. The good governance conditions are based on performance drivers of the Results-Based Performance Management System or RBPMS. Financial stewardship, internal process, and leadership, learning, and growth. Ito po yung performance drivers para magkaroon po kayo ng either yung mga empleyado ng inyong agency ay magkaroon ng performance-based bonus o yung productivity enhancements incentive. Ang tanong po, kailan po nagkaroon ng PBIS o kailan po nag-qualify ang DOH sa PBIS? Mr. Secretary.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, 2018 was the last time the Department of Health got performance-based bonus.
2018 lang po. Sa mga 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023, kawawa naman po ang inyong ahensya sapagkat ito po'y normal naman na kailangan nilang matamasa. So kung talaga namang sang-ayon dun sa mga performance drivers na itinatadhana po ng executive order. Sino po may kasalanan nito, Mr. Secretary? Bakit ang inyong agency hindi man lang pala nakatutugon dito sa pamantayan na hinihingi ng batas na ito para mabiyayaan naman po yung karapat-dapat na naglilingkod po sa Department of Health?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, we're trying to improve these processes, no, so that we can again attain PBB or 95% obligation and 85% disbursement. Ang isang solution dito ay yung early procurement activity na tinatawag, na pag nalabas na yung NEP, mag-uumpisa na ang activities for procurement. I think itong past years, dahil nag-COVID, hindi nagawa itong mga early procurement activities sapagkat nakatutok ang buong kagawaran na malabanan yung COVID-19 na pandemya po.
Hindi lamang po siguro yun ang sagot, Mr. Secretary. Nandito rin po sa inyong report sa DBM ang problema eh. Dito po sa inyong financial and physical report summary and recommendation, malinaw po as of June 30, 2023, sabi po ninyo rito, out of the 40 program expenditure classification indicators in calendar year 2023, there are 18 outcome indicators and 23 output indicators. Do you confirm this report, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, Your Honor, that's based on our program.
Ang problema dito, Mr. Secretary, yung MET, yung ibig sabihin, nakatupad kayo, 42.5%. Tama po?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Yung unmet, which is 2/40, is 5%. Tama rin po.
Tama rin po, Mr. Chair.
Ang problematic, Mr. Chair, ano po ba itong 52.5% na NA, not applicable? Ito po yung problema eh. Higit sa kalahati is not applicable, Mr. Chair. Paano kayong makakatugon ngayon talaga sa indicators na to when higit sa kalahati, you classify them as not applicable? You want to explain this?
Mr. Chair, members, ang unmet targets for 2022 outcome indicators would include the coverage areas wherein the LGUs are the implementers. For example, fully immunized child, may target tayo ng 95% of children fully immunized. Binibili po ng Department of Health ang mga bakuna, pero ang nag-i-implement po niyan ay ang ating lokal na pamahalaan. Ang malaria free areas, depende po yan sa LGU sa pag-detect at paggamot ng mga pasyenteng may malaria. At nire-review po natin ang indicators na ito sa iba't ibang programa ng kalusugan sa buong bansa.
So paano po yun? Talagang hindi kayo makatutupad talaga. Ang pinakahuli ninyo talagang matatanggap na indicator ng pagganap ay 2018 talaga. If you are not able to rationalize more than half of the indicators that you are supposed to meet. Problematic po ito, Mr. Secretary.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we will correct the targets.
Ang dami po kasing issues na kamukha nito, in 2022 audit reports, COA noted that the salaries and benefits of PhilHealth key management personnel, ito po yung executive team, from senior vice presidents to president and chief executive officers, tripled in 2022. Ang total po is 72.2 million compared to 26 million in 2021. How's that, Mr. Secretary? Bakit po nag-triple po naman yung...
Mr. Chair, yung salary increase of PhilHealth officials is mandated by a standardization of salary of all GOCCs and was actually promulgated by the OGCC, I think, the office of the GOG, the office that controls the government-owned controlled corporations. Ang result po hindi naman triple, parang nasa 200%.
Kung capitation payment scheme, The nationwide implementation of this scheme being eyed by PhilHealth, Mr. Chair, and PhilHealth accredited hospitals and health facilities by 2026 advocates a scheme that the state health insurer, which is PhilHealth, will advance to public health facilities 500 capitation fee for every accredited patient. Public po yun. For private clinics, it will be 750 pesos. The last time I checked, Mr. Chair, ito po will include the medicine, laboratory analysis, and professional fee. 2026 estimated rates, Mr. Chair. Secretary, tama po ba ito?
Tama po yan, Your Honor.
So, paano po mangyayari na ang isang patient, for example, nasa public, bibigyan nyo ng, iaasan nyo 500 pesos, kasama na yung medicine, laboratory fees, and professional fee. Talaga bang 2026 raise po ito? O baka 1926 po ang pinag-uusapan natin?
Mr. Chair, capitation payment means that a certain amount of budget is given to a global fund for a certain population. For example, 20,000 members, for example. Hindi po lahat nun kailangan i-test, i-x-ray, i-urinalysis, at bigyan ng gamot. Mga 10% lang po usually ang kakailanganan ng bigyan ng gamot. So when we say capitation, binigyan kayo ng populasyon nyo, 20,000, binigyan ka ng 500 pesos per head, bawat member. Ang ibig sabihin nun, you have additional 10 million to buy medicines, get reagents for laboratory para sa mga pasyenteng mangangailangan. So sa iba po, ang doktor ikukonsulta, sasabihin niya, hindi mo naman kailangan ng x-ray, hindi mo kailangan ng ano, kasi na-examine niya na by auscultation na wala namang problema. So hindi naman siya, kahit may 500, yung capitation is for everybody who is a member. So with that, magkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na risk pooling. So hindi po ito fee for service na bawat tao, 500, pagkakasyahin mo yung x-ray, gamot, libre. Capitation is for the whole population na miyembro doon sa inyong health facility po. Mr. Chair.
Alam po natin yung explanation na yun, Mr. Secretary. Ang pinag-uusapan, yung bang 500 is really realistic? Sino po nagkuwenta nun?
Finance management po ng actuarials ng PhilHealth po ang nagkwenta nun.
Ano pong pangalan ng actuary po ninyo?
Dennis Santiago po, Mr. Chair.
Alam po niyo, Mr. Chair, sa buong Pilipinas, kung di po ako nagkakamali, there are about 45,000 living lawyers today. Yung aktuaryan po, siguro mga 700 lang po sila. Ganun lang po sila talaga kakonti. Ito po bang aktuaryan ninyo talagang aktuaryan ito? Kasama po siya sa society ng mga aktuaryan o baka po pinakwenta nyo lang sa Divisoria siguro ito eh.
Mr. Chair, Nerissa Santiago is the acting SVP and that's all.
Aktuaryan po ba siya?
Hindi po.
O, yun po yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Huwag mo sasabihin na aktuaryan. Iba po yung science nun eh. Kaya ko po tinatanong sapagkat hindi po realistic ito kahit saan po natin kwentahin, Mr. Secretary. Ngayon po, kayo po kanina ay nagpahayag na kayo'y naging special advisor ng Interagency Task Force nung panahon po ng pandemic. Tama po ito, Secretary?
Mr. Chair, I was an advisor of the National Task Force. Iba po yung IATF, yun po yung mga cabinet members. Doon po ako sa National Task Force, which is the operations arm of the IATF.
So what is the task of the National Task Force different from the IATF?
Ang strategy po ang ginagawa ng IATF, Mr. Chair, at kami ang nag-i-implement ng National Action Plan against COVID-19, Mr. Chair.
So yung ginagawa po ng IATF actually, nanggaling din po sa task force na kayo po ay isa sa special advisor.
Baliktad po. Mr. Chair, yung IATF ang gumagawa ng strategy at inuutusan ng NTF na i-implement ito sa iba't ibang lokal na pamahalaan po, Mr. Chair.
Ganun po. Salamat po sa inyong pagbibigay linaw. Noong pong ang IATF po ay gumawa ng tinatawag na Philippine COVID-19 Living Recommendations. Alam po ba ninyo yon?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Alam po natin yun.
Are you familiar with Republic Act 11900, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. A particular section in this Republic Act, Section 12, siguro paragraph K, magdagdag ka na kung ano pa yung gusto mong idagdag. Sinasabi roon na kinakailangan magkaroon ng implementing rules and regulations by the FDA. Pagdating po sa tinatawag nating medicinal or therapeutic claims or reduced risk statements, dapat meron po tayong IRR. Am I correct, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And the law specified that within 3 months after the effectivity of the law, those IRRs will already be or could have already been developed. Tama po ba yun?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
That's about Section 24 sinasabi roon. Kailan po ba naging effective yung batas, Mr. Secretary?
Mr. Chair, the law was, I think it lapsed into law. When it was passed, it was not signed by the outgoing administration and it lapsed into law thereafter, I think after several months.
Yes, former President Rodrigo Duterte did not sign it. The incoming President, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., allowed it to lapse. So ang question, kailan po ba naging effective?
Mr. Chair, it became effective December 28, 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ang sabi po ng batas, 3 months after the effectivity of the law, kailangan gumawa na po kayo ng RRR. To the credit of the Department of Trade, 6 months after that, sila po ay nakagawa na ng IRR. Kayo po hanggang ngayon, wala kayong IRR. Ako po ang nag-remind sa inyo na sana gumawa na po kayo. Dahil nagdidili-dali po kayo, Mr. Secretary, kahit hindi ko po trabaho, ako na po nagkusa na magbigay sa inyo ng draft kung inyong mamarapatin. Hindi po ba ako yung nag-submit ng draft sa inyo? Sa akin pong kagustuhan na matulungan ko po ang departamento ninyo, Mr. Secretary. Can you confirm that I submitted the draft to you?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ang sabi po ninyo sa ating text messages, i-refer po ninyo sa FDA sapagkat sila po ang dapat na tumingin doon. And I communicated with your FDA trying to know kung matatapos o hindi. Ang sabi po ng inyong FDA, pwede po ba kaming mag-introduce ng minor edits? So, Chair, I said, by all means. Nung pinadala po sa amin yung minor edits po nila, to my great surprise, it was a major overhaul. Ang nilagay po nila, Mr. Chair, which was not in the law, yung palang gagawa po ng IRR is a TWG. Ang nakalagay po sa batas, it should be FDA. So, Mr. Chair, I complained to the Secretary. Out of exasperation, sinabi ko, Mr. Secretary, hindi naman po kayo nalilimit kung ano po ang gusto nyong gawin. Gusto nyong magkaroon ng TWG, but that will be internal to you. Okay lang yun. Lahat po ng scientist, lahat po ng doktor, lahat po ng may kinalaman sa inyong gustong gawin, lahat po pwede niyong konsultahin. Wala pong problema yon. Hindi po pinagbabawal ng batas yon. Ang sabi ko nga po sa inyo, kahit mangkukulam, gusto po ninyong kunin, kunin po ninyo. Pero wag niyong babaguhin ang batas. Wag po niyong ilalagay yung TWG na hindi po nilalagay doon. Dito po tayo nagkakaroon ng problem. Bakit po ayaw po ninyong gawin sang-ayon po sa batas? You complained to me one time, sabi po ninyo, kasi po meron po kaming objection do sa inyong draft. O tell me kung ano po yung objection, di ayusin natin kung talagang nasa inyo naman po. You objected to the definition that I use in my draft, Mr. Secretary. But how can you complain when that definition is in the law itself? Are you questioning the wisdom of Congress in passing that law? President Duterte and President Bongbong Marcos allowed it to lapse into law. So effectively, it is a law. Bakit ko questionin mo yung definition? Hindi ko naman definition yun eh. I extracted it verbatim. It's in the law. Pagkatapos hanggang kagabi, ang sabi mo sa akin, o sige palitan natin yung TWG. O sige tingnan natin kung pag pinalitan mo yung TWG, will it comply with the law already? Anong sinabi? Mr. Chair, pinalitan po nila yung word, inalis po nila yung TWG, inalis naman nila yung FDA. Saan po tayo pupunta nito? Why are you quarreling with the law, Mr. Secretary? Why don't you just follow the law? Ito po yung nung kayo po ay sumumpa bilang secretary, ang palagay ko po because I can still recall the oath of office. Isa po sa phraseology diyan nakalagay that I will obey the laws, legal orders and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines. Do you recall that that is one of those considerations when you took your oath as Secretary of the Department of Health?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Oh, hindi ba batas yung Republic Act 11900? You continue to defy the law. I don't care with whatever opinion and policy that you have. The recent policy and the prevailing policy is now enunciated by Republic Act 11900. That is the policy.
Mr. Chair, may